Yes, and welcome, 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 mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, cousins, aunties, uncles. I'd like to officially welcome you to week 4 of the Yard HBCU Esports, okay? And it's all sponsored by Gillette. I am Fly Guy DC, radio TV personality in Atlanta, and this week's theme is esports and athletics, and my two compadres right here.
What's up, guys? Larry Ridley here, SNY TV, NBC Sports, Madden NFL, NBA 2K League. Guys, it's good to have you. It's good to be here with my two friends right here, Bordy and Fly Guy. Week 4 in the books, man. $30,000 in scholarships. Let's put a bow on this thing, man, on a recap show on the weekend, baby. Let's go.
Yes, yes. What's up? Boarding with Board here. Twitch streamer, YouTuber. You can find my content all throughout there. Also, shoutcaster for Pharaoh's Conclave, HBCU Heroes, and yours truly, The Yard, HBCU Esports Alliance. You talked about the $30,000. Also, need to mention that we're all here for not only the research, not only the education, not only the pipeline to connect us to the esports industry, but also we're here for the fierce competition that we saw
Mm.
this last week, and we're doing a recap show to talk about all the fly things that happened. Isn't that right, Fly Guy?
Absolutely right. And we are broadcasting live on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, Soldier Boy TV, and so much more. Okay. We got a popping show for y'all today. So let's get right into it. Kimber, tell me about what happened this past week with all the games that went on with Madden, 2K, Larry, Morty.
Well, we'll start with this. It's week 4, so we talked about $30,000 in scholarships. It's an 8 to 9 week season, all the way from March all the way to the first week of May. We got 5 different games. Fly Guy that we play Madden on Mondays, 2K on Tuesdays, and then Bordy does a great job with the Wheels Wednesday. Of course, with the Rocket League, we got HBCU NASCAR Heat 5 for the HBCUs coming next week, and also a PG Tour 2K 21 as well. Now, we talked about it. We got 33 schools, Fly Guy.
Mhm.
Nobody can match us when it comes to the yard here, HBCU Esports Alliance. We got 12 in the CIAA and 21, and including one community college that joined a couple of
Wow.
weeks ago, Coahoma Community College in Clarksville, Mississippi, had over 20 students register, and some of them are already starting to play. So, what a great weekend, Madden had some upsets, big upsets in Madden,
Yeah.
big
Oh,
upsets in
man.
2K as well. So, a tremendous week we had going into Wednesdays with the wheels, Bordy McBordy. Talk about those supersonic, acrobatic, rocket power battle cars.
Oh, yes, we had a lot of supersonic, acrobatic, rocket power, battle car action happening this weekend. Remember, we're going to be adding wheels on Wednesday. We're going to be adding NASCAR and also PGA as well this week. But he talked about a little bit of those big upsets. We had Jock Crypto defeating Duda. That was crazy that we saw, I
Mhm.
believe, on 2K Madness this time. We saw Angry Aaron continue his dominance. So saw Killer Cam get back to form. Last week was not a good week, but
Mhm.
everybody has those bad ones coming back to form on NBA and also on Rocket League as well. And then we're seeing more of these gamers start to get some dominance, get some assertion into where they are. You're seeing Omi and Killer Cam kill the competition in Rocket League. You're seeing Houston Tillison do some work as well. Shout out to Javier, who's been the MVP 2 times in a row. And right now you can see the Rocket League standings, of course, Omi and Killer Cam. I mean, gosh darn it. One of them's a champion 4, which is crazy in the Rocket League standings, only 4 from the top. But then you also have Javier, like we talked about, Ghost doing some work as well. And then we also have some newcomers as well, Cold Eclipse and Ahmed A coming out to the scene. Don't even go to the same school, but getting that chemistry in order to topple the top of the competition here. I'm excited to see what happens coming up in the weeks following, man. But there's a lot of things that's happening, Fly Guy, Larry. That's interesting to see.
Like it. And we can take a look here at the PS4 and also Xbox 2K standings. We talked about it last week, man. Angry A, also Z Buckets. Robinson played very well last week as well. So some guys moving up the ladder, the leaderboard there. We can see King Latiker just killing it right now. He's the reason why we banned the Nets, by the way. He took some
He
out the
did.
woodshed a little bit. So we have to ban the Nets. But you know what? Now he's putting the beat down on folks with the Milwaukee Bucks. We got to see Stunner Showtime as well. Got on the board as well, a couple $100. And then you can see Angry A down there. Suffered his first loss since basically December because he was the first champion that we had in the homecoming
Mhm.
classic, man. So Norfolk State Angry A took a loss last week, so that was stunning to see him lose in 2K on Tuesday.
Wow. Now, Larry and Bordy, before we get to these standings, for all the people that are just first tuning in, can you let them know like how the $30,000 comes into play with the scholarships and with Madden and with 2K?
So on Madden Mondays, we play the Yard. That's a popular mode inside of Madden. Very fast paced. You get three possessions. It's sort of like backyard football, sandlot football meets arena football. A lot of action and crazy animations and things of that nature. So it's the best 2 out of 3. Each player gets $50 per win, so you can win up to $100 for a couple of wins. Even if you lose one game, or if you only win one game in a 3-game series, you still get $50. And on Tuesdays with NBA 2K Tuesdays, $50 per win. They just play one game, single games there. So individual games right now, building up to the playoffs and a larger, bigger tournament coming later in the season, probably the first week of May, where these guys will be playing for a much larger share of the pie with the $30,000 in scholarships. We've already given out thousands so far.
Yes, and on Wednesdays, we also have a scholarship brought to you in part by Pharaoh's Conclave and DoorDash, which we crown the DoorDash MVP, and hopefully us broadcasters and also the students get their DoorDash code soon, so we can be eating on those crab legs. But they receive $50 per team win, which is always good. $25 each is for splitting it fair, and of course, like Larry said, even if you lose, you can still have an opportunity if you push it to game 3 to also get some change in your pocket because, Fly Guy Larry, we all know when you're in the college and you're struggling, every penny counts because, the cafeteria could hit, but it could also not hit. So some more money, some more moolah, you can get some of that DoorDash and use your coins towards that, fill your belly up, and also your pockets as well.
Now, Bordy, where are you getting your crab legs from?
Oh, remember, we're supposed to go over there to Baltimore, talking to two Baltimore commissioners these past couple of weeks. We're
Yeah.
definitely not getting some crab legs off the street. We're going to the crab truck. Get those nice crab legs. Also, make
So
sure we
you're
don't have
not
no
coming
pet.
to Atlanta to get no crab legs.
Oh, definitely not, definitely not. We come here for wings and things, not for crab legs, not
Hey,
at
I,
all.
I thought she was gonna pull a Jameis Winston, man, and give him some crab legs or something. What's going on here, Bordy?
Hey man, these gamers are over here trying to compete for their money. I'm trying to compete for some crab legs, trying to get them any way I can. But we're all about here, good fun, good spirits. You see Devin Dude at the top of the leaderboards with $500.
Wow.
We all just trying to get this moolah, this change, and Dev the Dude is making sure that he's on top, regardless, and continuing his dominance as well.
Absolutely right. Well, of course, we have some great interviews for you all today. But before we get to those interviews, let's take a quick commercial break from our sponsors, Gillette.
The best a man can get with room to game, baby. Yeah.
No kissing.
Other blades I've used, they just don't cut it. You can't get a much cleaner shave than with Gillette. It gets virtually every hair in the first stroke. For a shave, I barely feel. Watch Gillette change your world.
As a barber, nothing's gonna beat my shave, especially for guys who tend to get razor bumps from ordinary razors at home. So when they can't see me, there's Gillette Skin Guard, a razor that's made different and designed just for men with skin that's easily irritated. It flattens the skin and lifts the blade for a shave that's closer than a trimmer but not too close for comfort. I mean, it's just right.
All right.
Yes, 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 and we are back. I am Fly Guy DC. Week 4 of the Yard HBCU Esports Alliance, brought to us by our sponsors Gillette. Like I said, I am Fly Guy DC with my two compadres here.
What it do, baby? Larry Ridley here, SNY TV, NBC Sports, Madden NFL, NBA 2K League, all around good guy. And I toss it over to the only girl on the show. She's the queen of the yard.
What's up, you guys? Board McBoard here, shoutcaster for Pharaoh's Conclave for HBCU Heroes and yours truly, the Yard HBCU Esports Alliance. Now, Fly Guy, I heard we got another Fly Guy who's over here trying to get interviewed by us truly.
We got two fly guys?
We got two
I,
Fly
I like the
Guys.
sound of that. Okay, well, listen, first off, I do
Better
love
than
the queen of the yard. You have to run with that. I actually like that. Great
okay.
job right there, Larry.
Mhm.
But let's go ahead and bring in our first guest, Mr. Cyrus Russ of Athletics of Alcorn State University, the Senior Associate Athletic Director. How are you doing, Mr. Russ?
I'm great today. Thanks for having me on the show, Fly Guy. I'm
No,
enjoying
thank
the
you for
show,
taking
and
your time out.
so it's a great day to be here, man. Everything so far, esports is popping and it's taking off. I want to thank Rod, the esports community, and all those other great esporters out there for making esports what it is today. I think we're here today just to kind of top it up a little bit and talk about the esports athlete and how the esports athlete is evolving and bringing that notoriety to esports.
Mhm.
Absolutely right. Now, before we get into all that, can you just give us a little breakdown of yourself, a little bit about your background, and how did you get in the position that you're in today?
Okay, so I'll stick to the sports first because I've been a gamer for most of my life.
Uh-uh.
In that generation of Sega Genesis,
Talk that talk, Cyrus. Go ahead.
kind of started there, techno bowl, all
All
of
right.
man. So esports has kind of been like a lifelong passion for me. So at that point, we weren't calling it esports then. We just called we hanging out in the weekend in the dorm, just kind of playing games the whole weekend. And so today, to evolve to this point where I'm back on the campus where it originated at, and I'm leading the esports group. I mean, it just brings everything home for me to be able to have students here who are passionate about esports. They want to play the games, they want to get better, and they have fun doing it. So that's kind of what led me to starting the esports group here on campus. I thought it would be transformational for our students, provide them additional opportunities, not just to play sports, but as you mentioned earlier, the industry is growing. So there's not only esports competitors, but all the other things supporting the industry. When you look at esports, we talking about the perfect merger of technology, culture, and entertainment.
Mm.
Those avenues are open for our student athletes to be event planners for esports, shoutcasters, coders. I mean, it's just the opportunities are amazing. So when we talk about esports on our campus, that's what I look forward to for our esports athletes.
Now, speaking of esports on your campus and just esports in general, how has the pandemic affected how big esports can be on campus or with the campus life?
So initially, I thought that we would see a decrease in the interest during the pandemic because students were not on campus, and we didn't have the direct contact with them, the face-to-face contact, and the ability to have gaming nights on campus. But during the pandemic, the interest actually grew. So when they were able to come back to campus, we actually had a larger group than before they left. So the pandemic did not have an adverse effect on us, but stopped us from playing competitively on campus. But it grew the Brave Nation Esports Group. So the pandemic was not as bad as I thought it would be for us.
Go ahead,
Yeah.
Bordy.
Yeah, you talked a little bit about the fact that you started on Sega Genesis, which was a really great console, by the way. What's your favorite video games? What do you love to play? What do you love to play back then? What do you love to play now if you play right now?
So I'm a Madden guy all the way. I love Madden. I love 2K, MLB. I'm more of a sports guy.
Yeah.
I've here lately I've fallen in love with Rocket League.
Mm.
Mm.
You know, I love Rocket League. As you said, the souped up mechanized cars.
hold on,
You know,
Cyrus. Got to get it right. Supersonic, acrobatic, rocket-powered battle cars. That's the original name, baby.
I'm starting to love Rocket League, but at heart,
Yeah,
I'm a 2K guy.
Rocket Rocket League is definitely trickier than people think. Yeah.
But I can go back, and see NBA live and
Hmm.
start from there. So, but to see the evolution of the games, and I still love it. I still have a passion for it. So,
Yeah, you talked a little bit about like, playing video games in the dorm or whatever when you were growing up. And shout out, you talked about Bo Jackson, Techno Bo, killer, OP, just dominant all over the place. But can you imagine, from your days playing, chopping it up, when you're playing video games, parents always say, oh, what can you do? Put down the video games. You can't do any of this growing forward. And now people are getting paid mad money just the game, just to play video games. Could you imagine when you were growing up, how big this industry is, and that people are getting paid big dollars to play video games?
and I could not, if I could imagine it, if I
Mhm.
did that, I'd
Yeah.
be a multi-millionaire by now. Because we would host tournaments on the weekend.
Yeah.
At that time, we just didn't see the future, didn't see
Mhm.
for it. But again, today those esports athletes, they're changing the perception of what a video gamer is. Like most people have a perception that you're just sitting around playing games, not getting anything from it. But as you mentioned now, they're getting scholarship money, and if they're competing professionally, I mean the money is crazy. The amount of money that they get for professional gaming today, it's not just a game, it's a career.
Hmm.
Yeah. Cyrus, before we let you get out of here, man, we were just talking about video gaming and just how the whole ecosystem and industry is taking off, esports as a community. I like to look at it as like a confluence, between sports, traditional sports, media, entertainment, music. It's all coming together. How do you guys on the farm down there at Alcorn? It's not Alcorn, it's Alcorn for people watching at home. Do not call it Alcorn. They will get mad at you. How do you guys grow the esports system there at Alcorn State University, home of the great Steve McNair?
First of all, Larry, I appreciate that. It's Alcorn, not Alcorn.
Alcorn, that's right. I hate when people on TV, I got colleagues that still call it Alcorn. I'm like, damn it, don't do that. It's Alcorn.
But we grow our esports team through we actively recruit. We actively recruit on campus, and we market it on students, not as just a group for competitive gamers or activity for competitive gamers, but we also have people in our esports group who they don't even play the game. They just do the event set up, the shoutcasting, the production. So that's how we grow our group. We expand it and allow the students to come in and participate wherever they would like. You don't have to be a competitive gamer to be a part of the Brave Nation esports group. It's contributed to our growth on campus over the last couple of years. Just letting students come in and be who they are, and kind of fit in where they want to fit in and help out and keep the group growing and moving.
Well, good luck to you guys in the Capital City Classic, man. I got to cover that thing a few times, man, between you guys and JSU, man. So good luck with that, man. And tell Coach Prime I said what up, and I want you guys to win, all right?
That last statement was key. Not wanting to win, but we're going to win. So thank you guys for having me, man. I'm enjoying the show, and look forward to esports landscape continuing to grow with contributions to guys like yourself.
Thank you so much for taking your time out with us, man. But we have to take a quick commercial break from our sponsors, Gillette. We'll be back in just a tad bit, okay? Thanks again, Mr. Russ.
What's up? My name is Sherrod Martin, and I work at Superb Grooming Studio Barbershop in Atlanta, Georgia. And I'm here today to get you groomed to game. As a former NFL player that loves to play Madden, die hard, I'm gonna give you some shaving tips to give you that confidence. The Gillette 2-in-1 shaving gel, and I also got my Gillette Skin Guard. These two are essential. So starting out with a shave, we're gonna start with a nice lather. The next step after I lather up, I like to come with a hot towel. Relaxing, release stress, comfort with a nice little heat, but it also opened up the pores. Then I come with my razor. I just do some nice strokes. Hey, you look good, you play good, baby. Now you're ready to hit the yard.
Yes, yes, yes. And we are back. Week 4 of the Yard HBCU Esports Alliance, brought to you by our sponsors, Gillette. I am Fly Guy DC.
And I'm Larry Ridley, SNY TV, NBC Sports, Madden, NFL, NBA 2K League. Week 4, baby, putting the bow on it right here. Recap, Phil.
Yes,
Recap.
Bordy McBoard, streamer, YouTuber. Shout out to Pharaoh's Conclave, HBCU Heroes, and the Yard HBCU Esports Alliance, which I all do shoutcasting for. I heard we have another interview, another one to bring to this table right here.
Yes, we do. We have to bring the wonderful, the phenomenal, the magnificent Dr. Monique Carroll. Welcome you in. And guess what she is, man? Houston Tillotson University. Out there in Texas. How you doing?
Hey, I'm wonderful. I hope I can live up to that introduction. I'm feeling the energy, man. I like it.
Well, listen, tell us a little bit about yourself. First and foremost, thank you for coming on the show with us. We really appreciate it. Can you just give us a little background about yourself and just tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay, I am originally from Northeast Texas, a little small town called New Boston, Texas. So I always had to put my hometown on the map when people want to know about me. But I, former student athlete college, I competed at Langston University and as well as at University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. Went on to work at the SWAC office where I grew a great love and affinity for all things HBCU. And then from there have had stops at South Carolina State, Prairie View, and now my beloved Houston Tillotson University in Austin, Texas.
I've got Monique Carroll here, the AD at Houston Tillotson University. Before we get back to her, we're going to go ahead and bring in the gameplay. Speaking of Houston Tillotson, we got one of your students, an esports kid there at Houston Tillotson. His name is Marcos. He's going to be playing in our featured matchup today here on the Yard HBCU Esports Alliance against 5-foot Dre from Bowie State. So he's playing with the Bucks, 5-foot Dre from Bowie State. You're a guy, and the guy you're going to be rooting for in that maroon and gold. Marcos is playing with the Celtics. So let's go ahead and get that gameplay started. Bucks against Celtics, Bowie State against Houston Tillotson. Winner gets $50. And Bordy, you know how much you can buy with that when it comes to ramen noodles? I'm pretty sure you know that, right?
You can buy a lot with that. And then shout out to, they're also going to get $50 for the Soldier Boy shop.
Right.
So that's really good. They're going to be swagged out and eating good. But we talked about the death taxes, Celtics Bucks here on HBCU Esports Alliance. But I also want to talk to Dr. Monique Carroll about her love and affinity for HBCUs. Of course, she's been at Langston. You have UAPB. You have all of these different Prairie View, and of course Houston Tillotson's own as well. You've been working at HBCUs for a long time. Been at HBCUs. Tell me about your love, your affinity for HBCUs, and why it's so special in your heart to continue working, pushing forward HBCUs, whether it be athletics, and the vision beyond that as well.
Yeah, well, I could say it all started for me with my grandmother. My late grandmother, she was from New Orleans, born and raised, and we would go to the Bayou Classic. That was a Thanksgiving tradition for our family. And that was my first introduction. So like most people, the culture, the atmosphere was like, wow, I want to be a part of this. And then from there, both my parents, my mother graduated from Southern University in New Orleans and my dad, Alabama State. So sometimes I say I just didn't have a choice, right? This was just who I was born to be. But definitely one of the things that drives me is because some people look at HBCUs and think that they get less than, that they shouldn't have the same qualified leaders as other PWI institutions, and that's not the case. It's enough of there are enough young Black qualified administrators to go around, and HBCUs deserve some of them as well. So that's what motivates me when I've had opportunity to step outside of HBCUs, turn those down and said, no, I'm sticking where I know I can make the most impact. So.
Absolutely. Right now, in your college days, you said you played sports. What sports did you play, if you don't mind me asking?
If you can find someone with a similar resume, I may have to give you $50. But I actually was a four-sport Division I athlete. My primary sport, I was better at track. I would say that I was a high jumper. Don't judge me now, but I was a high jumper, and volleyball was my passion. So I played volleyball as well when I got to Arkansas Pine Bluff. Our coach, they had just started bowling, and they said, "Hey, we giving out scholarships. Who want to bowl?"
Me.
Somebody say scholarships, right? Right. And then I actually played tennis in high school in my senior year at Pine Bluff. Had opportunity I practiced with the team. I was on the roster practice. We didn't get to play a match. But so I tell people, those four sports at a D1 level. I don't know if anybody else has done that.
No, that is incredible.
That's insane.
How for all the students and student athletes watching this, how did you manage to juggle all those and still get your schoolwork done and still have your personal life all in one?
I would say I was a nerd. I was always all about the books. Academics was always something that was very important, even when it wasn't easy. So I had that aspect. I had the opportunity to pledge, give my sorority a shout out, Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. I had the opportunity to do that. And just being an athlete, you knew you had so many responsibilities. You couldn't let anybody down. And so that's always my mantra. You do things and you do them in an excellent manner. So failing was not an option. I just had to figure out a way. It was tough. The time management was crazy, but you figure out a way to get it done. And that's something I've taken with me, even into the career, even to starting the esports program at HT. You find a way to get it done.
Absolutely. Now, outside of time management, with you doing four sports, pledging, and still staying in your books and staying in your studies, what was the biggest challenge that you had as a student athlete?
Hmm. It's sitting on this side. It's interesting. I would probably say outside of time and just integrating with the campus, the general campus, because even at a small campus like Arkansas Pine Bluff, with around that time 2,500 or so students, you get stuck in your group. The volleyball team is with the volleyball team. The Greeks are with the Greeks, and just stepping outside of that, because some of the things you need and the people you really need to get to know are not in your circles. That networking and just engaging with the other students, that was probably a hard part. I would say it probably took me 2 years to get out of the groups, and really that's when my campus experience really started, honestly.
Okay, Bordy.
Yeah, no, shout out to you. I can only imagine how crazy that was. I did band, I pledged, I didn't do four sports on top of that and academic. Ooh, man, crazy. Really shout out to you and your time management. But you talked about how you started and created the esports program. So talk to me a little bit about that creation process. And you have some killers on your team already, especially in the Rocket League space. Houston Tilson has been eating up all of these schools. Only Morehouse, I believe, is beating them. So tell me about starting that program, visions for that program, and how you feel about esports in general.
Right. So I would attribute it all to COVID, actually. When you're an athlete and you're an administrator, you want to see people play. When COVID happened, that was the one thing we could not do. Starting esports was always something on the university's radar. But I think when COVID-19 happened, it was like, okay, this is a sport that can play now. We don't have to wait. We don't have to necessarily be in person to go ahead and get this off the ground. So I had the endorsement of my president, Pierce Colette Burnett, and then my vice president, Wayne Knox. They gave me the blessing and said, hey, take it and run with it. Was able to meet some good people, Mr. Rod himself, because I'm not
Hot
a gamer.
rod.
If we want to talk about games and me, I have a PlayStation 3. I think I have Mortal Kombat, mostly
Okay.
singing karaoke games, you know. I tried the Call of Duty thing. I kept getting kicked out of the game for friendly fire. So that's just not my forte. But I saw the opportunity for the students. And to give them something to do. They had played, you know, the dorm leagues and different things like that when they were on campus. So it was a natural transition to get them into a league, get them into the HBCU Esports Alliance, and get them playing against other HBCUs. So it was a natural transition.
Monique, let me ask you a question. You seem like you're someone that's still young and understand the culture, and we talk about this all the time. How music, entertainment, athletics, sports, traditional TV and media, they're all sort of converging here. How do you guys grow it at HT, and how do you build upon the momentum that you guys have here with us here at the HEA?
Yeah, I think here at HT, we're in a beautiful position. As I mentioned earlier, we're right in the heart of East Austin. So if anybody knows anything about Austin, South by Southwest, I would probably be remiss to start naming festivals because I would leave a big one out. But we are the heart of all things music. They say keep Austin weird. That's us. We are the heart of innovation, technology. So I think it's a pretty natural alliance. I'm looking forward to obviously continuing with the lead. Getting our students, more and more students. We had one, we started with one, then we got 5 in the first tournament, and then now we're up to 12 on our team. And I think it's gonna just continue to grow as we do it. But I think the thing with the Esports Alliance is just, I lost my train of thought with somebody walked by.
I did too.
But no, just looking forward to growing. And I think, like you said, music, culture, all those things. And when people talk about HBCUs, they talk about culture, music. So gaming fits right into that culture.
Good deal. Well, good luck to you guys. It's been great having you on, especially to have a female, and not only that, a black woman leading the athletic department, director of athletics there at HT. This is huge. What does that mean to you to be one of a select few across the country, especially being a black African American lady running an athletic department? That is huge.
Oh yeah, thank you for that. I mean, it's a challenge. I say to whom much is given, much is required. So I just want to make sure I'm setting the tone and being on the stage for future young ladies that want to be in sports, that want to be in entertainment, that want to be in college athletics, no matter what level, like they can see someone because we keep saying it. You know, it's almost like a broken record, but seeing someone that looks like you really does give you that. And my goal is, like they say, lift as I rise. So I'm here. So now my goal now, take care of HT and bring up the next group of Black female leaders to take over because I can't do this forever.
Well, the goal of your student, Marcos, he's down by 6 right now. Make it 4, a little run by 5-foot drift Bowie State, but it's staying close right now. Hey, what kind of coaching pointers would you give Marcos? It was like a nice little 9-0 run that Bowie State had against him. Now he's made a little run to get back into this thing. What does he need to do besides lock down on defense?
Look, I don't know if you want me to give him specific coaching tips. Our esports coach is Ty Cruff. He works with them more on the in-game aspect. I would give him a kudos though because he's playing with my favorite team, the Celtics. Don't lose. You know, don't make me look bad with my team, right?
So, Dr. Carroll, your favorite team is the Celtics. Why did y'all just let go all of those people?
It's like being a Cowboys fan. Sometimes you don't understand, but you just stay the course, and it's gonna make sense later on.
So my question to you: are y'all coming out of the Eastern Conference this year?
The way it's looking right now, it's some challenges. I've seen the trades that happened on the east side. The Nets. Do they need any more people?
Right.
You know, is it enough ball to go around? But no, I'm looking forward to what they can put together because on the Western Conference side, I'm a Spurs fan, so sometimes it's the names we don't know about that come and make some of these big splash surprises. So I'm looking forward to see how they develop.
Absolutely right. Well, we appreciate you for taking your time out to sit with us, to talk with us, and allow us to interview you. Keep being great out there and keep doing incredible things.
All right. Thank you for the time, and you all as well. It's been a joy and a pleasure. Looking forward to it.
Good thing. Good luck, Monique. Hold it down there in Austin. And keep Austin weird. There's nothing wrong with being
Yes,
weird and smart.
I'm weird.
I'm
always.
weird too. Thank you so much.
And
Hey,
I'm
thank you all.
smart, wicked smart, as they would say in Boston.
Yes, man, and we are back, the yard, and on this week, major shout out to our sponsors, Gillette, and of course, Soldier Boy TV. And speaking of that, he's here with us right now.
Turn up, man. Big Draco, man. What's poppin'?
What's up? First and foremost, how are you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm chilling, man. Y'all know what's going on, man. You know what I'm saying? How y'all feeling today?
Good, man. Good. How you feeling, man? Talk to us. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. We lit right now. 750,000 followers on Twitch. Shout out to everybody that's been supporting Soldier Boy TV. We've been going viral, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the fans. Y'all already know what it is. Chat was popping. Big dubs in the chat right now, man. HBCU. This is amazing, man. Let's get it.
Super dope. Now, go ahead.
Oh yeah, well you were talking about your massive following on Twitch.com. You have always had a massive following on the internet. I feel like you started. That's how you started. I feel like on the internet, thanks to the internet. You started on Newgrounds.com, which is an old Flash game back in the day, Flash gaming website. You went viral on the internet with everybody knows the song, But you also have a song that's called Blank I Look Like Goku too. So you've been a part of the internet culture for a while, Twitch gaming, nerd culture for a while. When did that passion start, and how have you continued to build and grow that?
Yeah, definitely. No, it started at an early age. You feel me? I would like to say when I was like 6 years old, 5 years old, I got a Sega Genesis. And my first game was like Mortal Kombat and Sonic the Hedgehog. And it's just always been a passion as a kid, you know what I mean? And as I grew older and I got into rapping, I kind of just mixed like the hip hop culture with the gaming culture and anime and stuff like that, you feel me? So, I definitely been deep into it, but, I feel like definitely if it wasn't for the internet, I wouldn't be where I'm at today, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely shout out to all the people that's been supporting since the start of my career, you feel me?
Yeah, and you led the way for a massive new generation. There's all these TikTokers and all these people coming out who've been on the big stage, the big screen. And I don't think any of them could say that they would be here without people like you pioneering the way.
Big Draco, man, the GOAT, you feel me?
Absolutely right. You are one of the first pioneer to start a lot of things, especially down here in Atlanta. I'm in Atlanta, radio in Atlanta. I host all the events in Atlanta, and a lot of stuff geared or started from you. So a major congratulations on that. Now, what is your go-to games to play right now?
Grand Theft Auto, man.
Yeah. I saw you release a freestyle.
But excuse me, my bad.
I saw you release a freestyle the other day on your while playing GTA.
Yeah, man, we got the studio on there. You know what I'm saying? I be in the booth spitting, freestyling with the fans. So if y'all ain't checked it out, check it out, man. Grand Theft Auto Soldier World is out right now. Y'all come play with me.
Now, you're doing a lot of things in the gaming world, but you're also doing a lot of things in the entertainment world. Talk to us a little bit about that, because I know, like I said, when it comes to the gaming world, you have that down pat, but Soldier Boy, Draco, music world, talk to us a little bit about that.
Man, I'm in the studio right now working on a new album, you know what I mean? I've been dropping mixtapes for the fans, you know what I mean, over the last couple of months and stuff like that. So if y'all ain't checked them out, man, y'all can go check them out right now. Soldier World is out right now. Swag 3 is out right now. But the new album is gonna be dope, man. Like I got a lot of different opportunities on the table to work with a lot of different big companies in the music industry right now. So I'm just really gearing up for the summer, getting ready for the summer and stuff like that. So, with the pandemic, coming, it's I'm just navigating it through it properly, you know what I mean? But I definitely got new music on the way, man. We gearing up for the summer.
Now, from when Soldier Boy first came out years ago to 2021, what is the biggest difference with Draco? What is the biggest difference with Soldier Boy?
Man, I'm just more focused now. I done evolved as a businessman, an entrepreneur. I feel like when I was younger, I was still a young entrepreneur, but I wasn't really as focused because I was all over the place because I was, so young, you know what I mean? And I feel like as I've grown and gotten older and matured more, I've been able to evolve as a businessman and actually sit back and focus on my video games and then sit back and focus on my record label and sit back and focus on my clothing line and execute it properly. And now I can see the different success versus when I was first coming into the game and making mistakes as an entrepreneur. So I just feel like I've become like a real great CEO. You know what I mean?
Absolutely right, growth. I see the growth because I was around early days, so I definitely see the growth now. What's this? You getting paid off of like a currency for your tweets? Can we elaborate a little bit about that?
Big Draco on the first rap of the show.
Now talk to us about that. Now I seen it going viral everywhere. My co-host on my radio show actually even talked about it as a news segment. Like, can you just go into detail on what that was? Because I didn't really understand it.
Now, so basically, man, to the audience out there that's kind of confused about it, it's called an NFT, and it's a non-fungible token. It's basically a part of cryptocurrency. I'm pretty sure the people that's heard of Bitcoin, you know what I mean, it just hit like $59,000 today. When I first heard about it, it was at $100. You could buy them $100 a pop. You know what I mean? So that just shows you in itself how serious this thing is. But basically, I took a tweet and I put it and turned it into an NFT where people can purchase it with Ethereum. So basically, people could bid to buy a tweet. So the first bid that I got, it was like $200. And I was like, Then the second bid I got was like $500. The third one was like $1,000. So I tweeted it out and I was like, yo, should I sell this tweet? And then it went up to like 3,000, 4,000. So I sold it. I was like, you know what, let me just sell it. I sold it.
Cash out.
You know, it's been dope though. But actually what I'm moving to next is actually dropping a full album as an NFT where you could purchase it with crypto. So that's what I'm working on next.
Right. So are we the first ones hearing this?
I'm the first one hearing this.
Breaking news.
Breaking news. Great album as an NFT, man. You could buy it with crypto, man. Get ready, man.
Now you've always been an innovator and very creative and always leading the pack. How do you stay so creative and ahead of everything or ahead of your time, just to be completely honest?
Man, to be completely honest with you, bro, not to put no cap on it, I just feel like I don't really know, to be honest with you, but to try to break it down, I just feel like I've been on the computers at an early age. You know what I mean? I feel like it's not nothing new to me. Like, I really been on the internet. Like, I used to walk, when I was in Atlanta, I used to walk from the crib to the library. And my little homies like, bro, where you going? Like, bro, we finna go to the pool. Like, we finna go shoot basketball. I used to walk to the library just to get on the internet, just to use the Wi-Fi, play Gucci Mane and download Goku pictures and print them on the printer. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know, we was in the trap. We couldn't really afford stuff like that. I didn't have no computer. I didn't have no internet. You know what I mean? So that was like before I was a teenager. You know what I mean? That was like when, like 8, 9 years old, 10 years old. You know what I mean? When internet really first hit and it wasn't popular like that. So I feel like as I grew older, like 9 and 10, 11 and 12 and 13, I'm already on HTML. I'm already coding. I'm already knowing about PHP. The people that I'm going to school with, they don't even know about Facebook. I'm telling these people, like, I need to get on MySpace. I just got 1 million plays yesterday. They like, bro, you capping. Like, nah. I'm like, look, man, you famous. Like, you know what I mean? So I just feel like, man, you know, it's dope.
Soldier Boy, you were talking about, I'm sorry, Fly Guy, you were talking about just your growth and business and how your acumen has sort of improved. What can you sort of, tell the audience to sort of, make that next come up, to sort of grow along like you? What's some sort of small thing you can tell everyone about success and what you learned to become successful, which you are right now?
Man, it's a combination of things. One, I would say read books. You know what I mean? I know it sounds boring. You know what I mean? Nobody really like to sit there and read a book, but I feel like once I had a little time to sit down, you know what I mean? Because my schedule was very busy. Like before the pandemic, I was on a tour. You know what I'm saying? On a state-to-state tour. You know what I mean? So once I got a little time to sit down and read, like you got to read, man. You know what I'm saying? And just study on what you're interested in. If you're interested in gaming, study gaming. You know what I mean? It's a lot of stuff that I learned like in a couple of days. You know what I mean? That I would have thought would have took me years to learn. You know what I mean? So I just feel like whatever you're trying to do in life, just study more upon it. You know what I'm saying? It may look harder than it actually is. if you get what I'm saying.
Now, before we let you get up out of here, if Larry and Andrea don't have any more questions, y'all have any more questions?
I have a quick question. I heard Lil Birdie told me you have
Uh-oh.
some beef with
Uh-oh.
Randy Orton now.
Oh,
Is it a
God.
possibility?
Took the words out of my mouth.
Exactly. Is there a possibility that you would get in the ring with Randy Orton on WWE? We saw Shaq do it. Why not you?
I can't wait to get in the ring, man. Come on, man.
Oh my goodness.
I can't wait to pull up at the WWE, man. Stop playing, man. Come on now.
What wrestlers did you grow up watching?
Man, shout out to The Rock.
I knew he was about to say that. Stone Cold. I knew it.
You know what I mean? Like that, you know how we come in like that, man. You know? But yeah. I can't wait, man.
Hey, I work at SNY here, man, which is NBC Sports. So I got to go to Stanford, and WWE is like one exit down from NBC Sports in Stanford, man. So I got to go past there tonight. I'm gonna be thinking about you now because of that.
Let's go, man. Let's go.
Last question before you get up out of here. 3 words to describe the 2021 and the moving forward Soulja Boy that you would have never thought that you would be saying 10, 15 years ago when you first came in the game?
2021, man. Innovator, motivator, and the GOAT.
Draco, bro.
Well, we appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for taking your time out.
Esports, the Yard, HBCU Esports Alliance. Let's go, chat. Big dubs. All right, man. Much love to y'all, man.
Always. Hey, Miami Mike, hit my line, Miami.
That's good, man. Hey, Soulja Boy, we got to try to get you on here each and every Saturday, man. We do the recap show. Of course, we got Madden on Mondays, 2K on Tuesdays. We have some other titles, coming up. NASCAR, Rocket League, PGA 2K21 coming up on Wednesdays. But it's been great to have you, man. Shout out to everyone back in the back. Exposure, the good folks back there. Also, the commish. Can't do it without my man, Hot Rod Chappelle. Hot Rod. The boy Nick Board. Fly Guy D.
Back to this game.
No, man. 1913. 5-foot Dre from Bowie State with the lead by 6. Like I said, there was a 9-0 run in the middle of the game. It started out with Marcos and the Celtics with the lead early. Then 5-foot Dre had a nice little 9-0 run to take the lead, and we're at the break now. 6-point game here. Marcos got to pick it up a little bit on the offensive end. Low scoring board. He started the third quarter. We got 32 combined points.
Is Dre actually
low story?
Is Dre actually 5 feet?
we asked that question. I don't know if we have an answer yet.
He's not playing.
I really want to know.
He's not playing like he's 5 feet, or at least on the court. Right now, he's dominating. 25% the shooting field goal percentage for the Celtics. They really do have to pick it up, especially for the Celtics too. They're a jump shooting team. So if you don't get that field goal percentage, Giannis will yam on you like he just did right there.
Yeah, I already see a. Yeah, she did just say yam. I already see a problem because I was watching the whole game. His ball movement is not how it should be. The Bucks keep double teaming and leaving the cutter open, and he's just not hitting the cutter.
Yeah, and Giannis has done a great job in the lane. Haven't heard anything from Robert Williams. Nothing from JT.
Yeah.
We've seen Jaylen Brown do a little bit, but look, if JT can't give you something on this team, that's just like the real Celtics, man. He's their best player by far. So got to get him going, number 0 out there.
And that's the weirdest thing that we've seen throughout this league. When the players have used the Celtics, for the most part, I believe we've only seen like one Celtic victory. It's because there hasn't been enough ball movement. You are playing the Celtics. They are a team that's not necessarily just one star driven like Milwaukee. Many parts are included in their equation to make sure that they're really dominating and scoring. So if you're not doing that ball cutting and passing to the cutting ball movement, doing all of this, then you're not going to get much done. You really need to diversify your offense in order to make sure that you're racking up them points. Because if you don't, you're going to get the L.
You know what the problem has been, Bordy? We haven't called Jason Tatum's name hardly at all when these guys play the Celtics. It's like, hello, he's the best player on the team. Like, I don't know. Maybe that's something they'll figure out. Evan Fournier hasn't done anything as well. I know he just came
at all
last week. His first game Monday night was 0 for 10 in real life. So he's literally done nothing for the Boston Celtics after that big trade last week.
Giannis is
Ooh.
going off.
For real. The
Off.
takeover badge means that he's only going to get better too at slashing and cutting. So if he's already at takeover and you're not doing a good job defending him, I mean, you could already just,
Yeah.
put that out. Like I said.
This game is going to get out of hand real fast.
9-point lead here, guys. Largest of the ball game for 5-foot Dre of Bowie State. Maybe Marco's a little nervous because he's got Dr. Carroll on.
Yeah, he don't want to make her mad.
And I saw some type of movement trying to get done with Jason Tatum, trying to back him up in the post, but definitely needs to use that ball movement. I'm liking the pick and roll.
I told you.
Right here.
I know
Ooh.
basketball. I know basketball. I just called that before it happened.
You saw the pick. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Got your back like chiropractors. Your boys Outcast would say, Fly Guy.
Yes, this is crazy.
28-17, almost.
Almost got another one.
Game. Yeah. Can he get JT going?
JT, somebody going. It was already. Yeah, he's forcing it because it was already a low field goal percentage before, and Giannis just coming again. I mean, you have to do more defensively. You have to do more offensively as well. Ooh, passed out of that shot. Good pass. Ooh,
that was a bad pass. He had the shot.
And then missed the other shot too.
I think we've seen Evan Fournier in a full week, and everybody's played with the Celtics.
Oh,
I think I've seen he's hit one shot all week, and on the virtual hardwood.
Hey, Evan, I'm talking about how we've been watching the games. Okay, I'm not talking about you in real life.
Boy, here's another. Thank you very much. All right, largest lead of the game. 32-17, 9-0 run right here, guys. Actually, it was 23-17, another 9-0 run. He's had 2 of those 9-0 runs. That's been the difference in the ballgame. That's 18 unanswered right there, and he's up by 50.
Yeah, and I don't understand the philosophy too. Not getting some picks going, not getting any pick and roll, just driving inside, and you don't really have many drivers on that team besides Jaylen Brown, and not even using Jaylen Brown to drive. It's some more stick play, some more understanding of how to utilize the Celtics is definitely needed.
Because none of their first steps are fast enough to blow past somebody but Jaylen. And he's trying to do it with everybody else but Jaylen.
And he's got Wagner in there. Like, what is he doing? Like, we got to work on the lineup. You got your dude, and what's the number 12 played at Tennessee? I forget his name. Kid right now, he's Grant.
Grant, yeah, I think.
Yeah,
is that Grant?
Grant Williams, yeah. I mean, it's like, look, nice role players, but they shouldn't be in the game right now. Dude, you're trying to come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Kimba started.
You definitely see that with some players not really making optimization of their substitutions. You have the substitution. You can substitute anybody you want. I mean, we saw the opposite a little bit against the Warriors where they only use Steph, but you don't only have to use your stars, but you got to get something. At least you're going to the line right there. A fragrant one pass out to Bobby Portis Jr.
Yeah, there's Grant Williams. Misses the free throw. Okay, so 17-point game. Hopefully, you can get one of these. Good call there, Bordy. It is a flagrant, so they'll get the ball out as well. He does get 1 of 2 for the C's. Down by 16. Should be the last possession of the quarter right here. About 10 seconds to go. C's down 16. There's Kimba. Pull up. Elbow jumper. Gonna get it off. Ooh, almost went.
Super close.
So we'll start the fourth quarter here, guys. Once again, Bowie State's 5-foot Dre playing with the Bucks. We like big Bucks. We cannot lie. Celtics, played by Marcos from Houston Tilliston, down by 16, 34-18. He's going to need a big run here, man. And he's got 18 points in the ball game. He needs 18 in this quarter to come back.
Guys, I'm not seeing this happen. I don't know if I've ever done this on a Saturday game show, but Fly Guy DC, I don't know if you've played some fighting games in the fighting game community. When you keep on doing the same move over and over again, that's called the cheese. Well, right now, they're cheesing up the score. So I'm going to put on the cheese head. It is ridiculous over here.
I like that. I like that.
She did it. Oh man!
There's Time Lord. Okay.
Time Lord.
There's time. I put on this when I feel it's over. Now, if you prove me wrong, I'll be glad to cut the cheese bring it on down, humble. Give me some humble
So
pie,
would you cut the cheese and cut him some cheese?
I wouldn't cut him some cheese. The league will cut him some cheese if he comes back. I ain't got money like that. We're gonna have to talk to Hot Rod to make that possible. But I will definitely bow down, give him some praise, and take the cheese off my head and definitely humbly eat that humble pie, like I said before.
Back up to 18. Bucks in control, 38-20. Like we said, we haven't heard anything from JT.
I don't even think he scored.
Yeah. He's like 0 for
Or Jalen.
Jalen scored early. He had a couple of dunks early in the game. When he actually had the lead, he was up by like 3 or 4 points early on in the game. Talking about Marcos of Houston Tillotson, HT. So, yeah. So this one pretty much, I mean, Bordy, we can basically, as my guy, Bengals linebacker, Brandon Bell, my guy that does my Compete Forever Madden leagues with me. Reynolds wrap, right?
Reynolds wrap, call it quits. 2 minutes left on the shot clock. I mean, we've seen some good players, but we haven't seen anybody score 18 points in 2 minutes as we see Robert Williams get a block. I mean, if you had that a little bit early in the game, you could have turned the tides, but a little bit too late as Jason Tatum finally goes to the free throw line.
Bobby Portis, man, hacked the mess out of him too.
He's been hacking everybody.
It's like, dang.
You're up. You don't have to do this. Like, please.
Exactly. Yeah. Straight up in there, man. Hands in the air, bro.
He said he got the fouls. He got to use them.
It's about 2 minutes to play here.
Look at Jaylen Brown in the corner.
Oh. And again, trying to make a tough layup with Robert Williams. You gotta understand who's your breadwinners, who's gonna get you some shots. Maybe he's still his own. Marcus wanted to play with a different team, perhaps the Nets, but that's banned in this league. So you gotta find the second, third, the other teams that are.
Now, why is the Nets banned? Who banned the Nets?
Full transparency. King Latiker.
Yes.
He took somebody behind the woodshed, Fly Guy. He beat somebody about 50-something.
50 points.
Yeah.
And y'all had him ban the team?
And he played another game, and he won by like 30-something. So plus the Nets added all these pieces. They're just they're a souped-up team in 2K, man. It's not our fault. It's not Rod's fault or the HEA's. It's 2K Interactive on that one.
Man, and you saw LaMarcus Aldridge last night. Even though people are saying he's washed up, he's made pass after pass after pass to really eat up and carve up those Hornets.
And I'm sorry, they're going to be a problem because KD or Harden or Jordan didn't play last night. They're going to be a real problem for the whole league, not just the Eastern Conference.
Right. What do you guys' thoughts on KD and Michael Rappaport? You heard about the little back and forth between those guys?
Yes.
What do you guys think about that?
Me personally, I mean, KD's a DC person, so I expected that. I mean,
clapbacks are real.
Yeah, and we don't bite our tongue. The guy Michael, I mean, he always comes at a lot of people, but I mean, you got to pick and choose your own battles. Some people will let it slide. Some people won't.
Rappaport's fault. First of all,
why talk? But you don't disclose. I'm with on that. Look, don't be talking about our DM. Yeah. Don't do that.
Especially when you're deleting messages and when you started it too. Don't be dishing out stuff you can't handle. So anybody blaming KD needs to go and look at Michael Rappaport himself because he's always been starting something.
KD did kind of cut him a little bit. He's talking about his wife.
He
his
did.
Wife,
talking about his family. Yeah, that's what his.
I was like, oh man, they wilding.
At least he didn't go Kevin Garnett far talking about.
Hey, wait,
no Cheerios.
Was it last week or the week before? I don't know if it was week 2 or week 3. I told you all that an inside source told me that the Lakers were getting Drummond.
You did say that.
He did.
You did.
Oh, okay. So we're breaking news over here. Not only Soldier, but we also have Guy DC giving us the inside scoop. We got our very own Warshanowski out here.
with a fly guy bomb. Not a road bomb, a fly bomb.
I like that.
Fly bomb. Hey, shout out to my guy here, Fly Guy DC, dropping songs on the radio, man. I see you out there, man.
Don't tell nobody else.
Oh, okay.
Listen, listen. My phone has been blowing up from indie artists, artists that are on A-listers. Like,
Right,
hey, I need you to do this. I need, like, relax.
right.
Pretty
Everybody
soon.
want to hook up, man. It's a
Yeah.
Reynolds wrap. Game is over 45-26. 5 foot
19.
Dre's Bowie State exactly gets the win by 19 over Marcos. Marcos, welcome though to the HEA though, young man. Playing at HT Houston Tillotson. Goes down here in his first matchup, or at least first one that we broadcasted that I know of. So congratulations, 5 foot Dre. Starting to get on a little roll here. I think that's a couple wins in a row for 5 foot Dre.
Oh no, 5 foot Dre has definitely been on a tear, not quite in that Killer Cam level, not quite in that, Dre level, but
or Latiker,
or Latiker or any of those guys, but really at that next level where it's like they creeping, they could potentially make a run. Remember, we still have a couple more weeks left here, and we're all vying for the playoffs where all of these gamers are going to be joining each other's teams, doing a little bit of that 2K League type action, 5-on-5 action. So he's definitely somebody that you want to see going into the playoffs. Maybe recruit him to the team because he's not that big bright shining name, but he'll definitely put in some work for sure.
Can we please find out if he's actually 5 feet? I really want to know
We need
that.
verification.
I really want to know that. That's all I want to know.
We'll get Hot Rod and Tony and those guys behind the scenes. Maybe ask him, to verify that. I'm gonna say he's just over 5 feet.
Okay.
I don't know.
And when we start making these tours around, unfortunately pandemic, so we can't travel a lot. But when we start making these tours, we can see himself, interview him, see if he's really 5 feet, see him in person comparatively.
That's a great idea, boy. Do you think that's gonna happen? Hot Rod.
Yes, Hot Rod.
We gotta travel across the country. We need to put this show on the road.
We have to put this show on the road.
On the road. In the fall.
On the road. In the fall.
And you see Fly Guy right here.
It's okay, y'all. We're going to
bring him in. Bring him in. On the spot. Let's go.
Matter of fact,
real life journalism.
This is Hot Rod, y'all.
Hot Rod. Rod Chappelle, ladies and gentlemen. He is the commish of the HBCU Esports Alliance, the Yard here. Hot Rod, we were talking about getting on the road. Bordy just kind of threw it out there. Is this something that can be achieved by the fall? What do you think?
Well, the plan is for us to be on the road going from school to school.
Okay.
Oh, hey. We have to figure out, how to do it, where we're going. So, some of the schools.
That's the easy part.
That is not the easy part because we want to make sure we're there. Football's coming back.
Yep.
So we want to make sure that we're on campus when the students are there. My pass is moving around the country from HBCU to HBCU. So we want to bring that back together. So I guess you heard it here first. So
he's on such a bomb, man. I promise you.
Okay, I will let you all get back to your
to the program.
Y'all heard it here first. Pretty soon, coming to the HBCU.
We going on the road, baby.
How did you let the cheese fall?
The cheese fell because the news was so killer. Ooh, it just broke off again. Oh my gosh, the explosions here coming off. We got Fly Guy, Soldier Boy, Rod dropping bombs of knowledge, man. There's a lot going on.
Bordy, you got to keep that cottage in your pocket, baby.
Absolutely. You got to travel with that now.
I definitely do. Now I do. Got to get a portable, got to laminate it or something to preserve it, man.
That's actually, dude, we're laughing and joking here, but that's huge news, man, for us to get on the road for how many weeks it'll be. I don't know if it'll be 8 weeks, 12 weeks, whatever, 10 weeks. But that's going to be cool to travel across the country and do this show, man, in front of our people and continue to grow the esports landscape and, get people involved in this ecosystem, in this industry. This is huge news, guys. All joking aside, this is huge.
Absolutely. Highly agreed.
Yes, no, making these connections, seeing these gamers in real life, we can verify if 5 foot Dre really is 5 feet, and all of these different things. Talking to commissioners, walking around, experiencing the HBCU life, and seeing these esports facilities. It's gonna be fire. I'm gonna be excited not only to see these places, but to also, try the crab legs and lemon pepper wings, whatever the city has for us. We're gonna
wait, you said try the lemon pepper wings. Where you get lemon pepper wings from?
I mean, Atlanta. I'm I'm just talking about
Oh,
Atlanta
Atlanta lemon
things,
pepper
just
wings?
Atlanta
Oh, okay.
things. No particular
What are
establishment
those?
anywhere.
I don't know what
Just
she's talking about.
lemon wings in
I have no idea
general.
what she's talking about.
Crab legs too.
Yeah.
All of those different things.
I don't know.
I'm just talking about
Talking
food.
about
Talking
lemon
about-
pepper
Food.
wings.
Just food. Just
I don't
food.
know
No
what she's
other
talking
places.
about.
No
I have
other
no
things.
idea. I have no
Food.
idea.
Just
Never
food.
had those. What are those? I have no idea. What are you talking about?
I know a great place we can get some lemon pepper wings.
Woo! Y'all ready to get
What's
out of here?
that day?
Y'all
Yeah,
ready to go?
yeah. Let's get out of here before
get
we
on outta
say
here.
something we're not supposed
Hey.
to.
Incriminating ourselves.
Week 4, we're gonna put a ball in this thing. Thanks for everybody joining us. Cyrus Russ, the senior associate AD at Alcorn State. Doctor, because she's wicked smart, because she likes the Boston Celtics.
And she's
Monique
weird.
Carroll. Keith Austin Weird, damn it. She's the athletic director of athletics at Houston Tillotson. For Bordy McBoard, all around good girl. Week 4 is in the books. And the man, the myth, he's a freaking legend. He is the real GOAT, especially down there in the ATL. Hot 94.5. Tell them what you do down there, Fly Guy. When can they watch you?
Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. You can catch me live on your radios. I have one of the top shows in Atlanta. Atlanta's a top 10 market. And I do it all. I do it all.
He does. And he doesn't have one of the hottest shows. He's got the hottest show.
For
and
real.
if you to check him out on Instagram at Fly Guy DC or the real Fly
I
Guy.
am Fly Guy. I am Fly Guy DC. I think I am going to change it to the real Fly Guy DC though. You might be on to something.
The real Fly Guy. And you got a hashtag Fly Bomb. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
when you
that's true.
news, Fly Bomb, baby.
Breaking
like
news,
that.
breaking
I
songs
like
out here on
that.
the radio too, man.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely right.
Go ahead, Fly.
Week four. So listen, if you are tuned in, go ahead and tell your mother, your sister, your auntie, your cousin, your grandmother, your grandfather, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your wife, your husband, your niece, your nephew, your son, your daughter. Just tell the whole family.
Everybody.
That we are here every Saturday, okay? Every Saturday.
3 p.m.
And we the best. We the best at it, okay?
We're the best at it when it comes to esports and the HBCU space. I challenge anybody to find anybody that's doing what we're doing here on the yard and the HBCU esports space. This is groundbreaking, and we're continuing to have some fun here, guys. All right, let's get out here, guys. Thank you. Week 4 is in the books. We'll see you next Saturday. Right here, Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook, Soulja Boy TV, 3 p.m. Eastern. Bordy and I myself will be back here Monday for Madden Mondays, 6 p.m. Eastern for Madden NFL The Yard. Guys, have a great weekend. Be good. We'll see you on Monday, 6 p.m. Eastern.
Deuces.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
Deuces.
Everyone has a routine. I brush my teeth, eat breakfast, work out, and shave with Gillette Pro Glide. It gets virtually every hair on the first stroke for a shave I barely feel. So, when I hop on the stream and plant this lovely face in front of millions of people, I'm not worried. I just show up, ready to play.